Welcome back to the show, everyone. Summer, a traditionally quieter time in the Vancouver real estate world, but not really the last few years. So
No.
we'll find out whether it is this year.
And that's why we love to chat with our next guest. We call him Condo Leo. How are you, Leo?
Excellent. How are you guys doing?
Freshly back from the
good.
Dominican. Nice tan, buddy.
Yeah, you can always tell people have been traveling when they're in Vancouver right now and they have a tan
Yes.
already.
I consider I've got olive skin anyway, so I can.
Yeah,
consider
you've got the
myself
base.
Yeah,
so
I-
you're good to
Okay,
go.
we're talking about something a little bit different today. We're talking
Yes.
about Feng Shui. How
Yes.
important is Feng Shui and what is it?
Feng Shui, it's ancient Chinese aesthetics, let's say, which focuses on positive energy. So it's kind of it's based on cleansing and curing. And
Has this been, or is it becoming, as we're getting more and more influenced, getting more and more, we've always been influenced by the Pacific Rim nations, but is it becoming more westernized? I mean, do people adapt as they're coming into different markets?
It is. And now a quick history lesson. I guess in '72, Nixon went to the People's Republic of China, and that's when Feng Shui became marketable in North America. So now it's becoming pretty important in interior design, things like that.
Yes.
Donald Trump apparently pays fortunes to get, a certified master to tell him where to put his doors and hang
Well, it
things.
He has
actually makes a
fortunes
lot of sense, too, when somebody explains Feng Shui or comes into your place and
Yeah.
has a look at how your furniture is and tells you how to change it. It really does make the space more open, usually.
It definitely makes sense. Yeah, you've got to. It's kind of focusing on the positive energy flowing through your home and where it's got to go and certain aspects of
Now,
corners.
how much, as a real estate agent in Vancouver, do you have to know about Feng Shui when you are buying and selling real estate?
I'd say you have to know the basics because at the end of the day, you have a box. And when you're working with 500, 600 square feet, there's not too much you can do about that little space.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you want to pick little areas you can do. Like decluttering is always, I've talked about it a million times.
Yeah.
Decluttering is always huge. You get rid of the things you don't love. So I love my TV. That's going to stay there. I don't love my bills. Those are going to be put in the drawer
Right.
somewhere. So get rid of those things, and then you put what they call cures in spaces. Like when the energy comes in the home, you can capture that energy by like a little mini water fountain or something like that. And if you want to focus on your wealth, well, you put that in a certain area of your home, and it keeps circulating that.
Is it about the greater building as well, or can it just be confined to feng shuiing your space, or does the whole building matter?
It goes from the smallest scale to the biggest scale. I knew of a development, I won't mention it. They wanted to be certified Feng Shui. And I'm not a certified Feng Shui master unless you're thinking I am, but I'm definitely not.
No offense, Leo, but totally didn't think so.
So the first master came in and he saw the two pillars and said, "No way, pillars of death. I'm out of here." And everyone was like, "Oh, well, that's no
bad
good."
start.
So they called the next guy, told him how much they were going to pay him, and he said, "Pillars of prosperity." There's a bit
Pillars
of
of death.
controversy.
Pillars of
But it
prosperity.
actually can make a difference when somebody comes into your home.
Exactly.
Whether they're going to purchase it or not, with whether it's got
Yeah.
bad Feng Shui. And when you're talking about millions of dollars, you got to care.
Exactly, and it's especially, you can control what's inside your home. You can't control where the building's facing or things like that.
Yeah.
So it's really, think about the home as your body. So the air comes in through your mouth, which is the front door. The heart is the center of the condo, so keep things flowing. The lungs will be the bedroom or bedrooms, things like that.
What would the back door be?
We don't need it.
Okay.
We don't have a back door in a condo.
Thank goodness. Are there areas you should focus
You're
on, like in
blushing.
terms of
Don't be serious.
directionality, or different rooms, or different areas?
In different rooms, some tips for rooms. I mean, they say it's the minute you walk in your house, it's like is the chi we call it, which is the positive energy, comes in. Is the hallway blocking it from getting into your house? So you start putting mirrors to help it find its way there. If your front door is facing the bathroom, well, the chi goes into the toilet and gets flushed down. So put a mirror on your door in the bathroom to trick it from thinking that's not a bathroom.
And you
there.
mentioned the waterfall and wealth and stuff. I guess you could focus on different areas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's what's called I'll call it a Feng Shui map because I can't pronounce the name, but you can actually walk in your home and it kind of tells you what areas are what. So if I want to focus on family, then I'm going to put specific things like a fountain or a picture of my
different
family
areas.
on the north side of my home. I believe it's north. Southeast is wealth and
Right.
prosperity.
It's not a
Family
big
is
gold bar in there.
Yeah, exactly. A gold ball or the fountain to keep the water flowing. There's little trinkets you can do. There's a ton of things, but if you do the basics, I mean, it can
Very
help.
interesting.
Okay, let's move on to our favorite part of your segments, where we get to look at bad MLS listings.
We have to guess. We don't see these beforehand, but we have to guess what is wrong in these MLS
Yes.
listing pictures.
Now, Leo, these are current listings that you have found today.
They're current or they've been sold in the last 2 months.
Okay, can we have
Well-
that full screen, please? Oh, I would go color, color, color on this. Too cluttered, but is there one specific thing we should be looking for?
Oh my God, there's stuff everywhere.
Or is this all of it?
This thing, for me, this one was use a wide-angle lens on this shot. It feels like you can't
Yeah.
even fit in the home.
Leo,
No.
there's more of an issue than wide
washer,
angle lens here
dryer,
for me.
plant, and
It
I
is
see
cluttered.
green and pink and orange and white all together in the same room.
That's a good call too. Yeah, it's this picture's just wrong. I
Yeah.
think you can see the toilet in the far background
and
too.
oh, you can.
Oh yeah, you can.
It's cluttered and messy and does not show this well at all.
Not
Okay,
at
let's
all.
move on to the next one.
Too much 80s
Oh my
in that last one.
God, clean up your bedroom. What's on the bedside table?
Whoa.
We're gonna leave that to the imagination.
What have you been
The
doing?
bedroom is for lack of better words, spewing clothes out of it. So it's
Wow.
kind of.
I always get a little disturbed. I think that's a stustuffed animal on the bed.
Yes,
Although
yes.
with the rest of it, I just.
Is that a leg coming out of the weird beaded things?
These are actual pictures you find on MLS.
Actual
right? Like-
pictures, yeah. Right now,
You're not
I found
kidding me.
You could find them today.
Okay, this
Okay.
one's another declutter, and you. I think you mentioned once pets.
Pets. Is that a litter? Is that litter in that
Cat
bag?
litter.
Is that cat litter?
Yeah.
You can't tell, but if it is, maybe move
If
it.
you have to
Yeah.
ask,
It's a problem.
Well,
It's a
and pets are a
problem.
sensitivity for people because they can wear down, especially a small space like that.
Yeah.
If you have an animal in that, I mean, it's gonna.
And a
wreak
cat,
some
a cat
havoc.
in a condo, it doesn't smell good. I hate to say it. But
Yeah, yeah.
it's
I don't want to see other people's toilets.
especially
The
open.
end.
Lid up.
Remember the chi? The chi is gonna get flushed right down
the
that
lid
toilet. The positive
down.
energy
Well,
is
I
going
think
away.
more than she got.
And maybe clean the bathroom. No, he did
You're
not.
kidding me.
No, this person did not do that.
Once in a while, you
Really?
find there's a miracle happens. When I found this picture, I thought this couldn't get any better.
Now, did we pixel it out, or was that person just so
You
damn
could see his
lazy?
face, and the best thing was this picture is the same one as that closet that's spewing out the clothes. So you actually get to see the person.
You get to
whose
see who's
messy clothes
responsible
and
for
side
it.
table that was.
I would be
Wow.
afraid that I was going to get murdered if I looked at that apartment.
They don't get much better than
I
that.
love that. Okay,
love
one last
people.
question. We started. Traditionally, summer is sort of a slower time in the real estate market. Are we seeing that in Vancouver this summer? Are things slowing down? a
Some
bit?
things have slowed down. I mean, at the end of the day, right now, if you price your place right, it's going to sell.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get a little more, it might sit on the market. I mean, there's graphs that show even if you price it 10% above the market price, 30% of the people aren't going to see it.
Is
That
this a
could've-
better time of year to be a
Really?
buyer, or does it really not make that much
Right
of a
now, I
difference?
mean, for the two-bedroom market, let's say you go 500K plus. To be a buyer, you got a little bit more leeway. In the one-bedroom market, it's still very competitive.
Always the same.
All right.
Leo, thank you
Lovely,
so
Leo.
much. I'm going to
Thank
have
you.
bad dreams about that picture.
At least we know he's moisturizing properly. I think that's what it was.